Hello friends, now we'll discuss what is a P ratio and what is dividend policy. Please like, share and subscribe my channel. Previously there are two more videos on share market, the basics of share market and the description of Nifty 50. So we can understand that we can first I describe the basics of share market first, then I describe the Nifty 50 in my second video of share market, and now I am discussing the P ratio and the dividend policy. What is P ratio? P ratio is the share price dividing by the earning per share. Now what is earning per share? Earning per share is the total profit of the company in 1 year divided by the number of shares in that year. Okay, now I'm again repeating, earning per share is the total profit of a company in 1 year divided by the number of shares, and P ratio means the share price divided by earning per share. So we can say when when the price earning is high, the risk of the company is also very high, and the company has a low growth, or the particular product of the company has a low growth. When we say the P ratio is low, this indicates the company is at now as a good position, doing relatively well from the previous years of its performance. So we can tell when the risk is high, in future the chances of return is high. Now what do you mean by the high risk? High risk means that the company has a very high potential to perform well in the future. Now the company is not so good. Now the company is at a growing phase. That's why the P ratio is high, the earning is less, and the share price is more. But as the company with time, with high risk means in the future there may be, underline the word may, as share market is always very risky, and always any company can go down due to change of taxes, change of government policy, right, political disturbance, diminishing demand of the product. Anytime anything can possible in the share market. It's the future is very unpredictable. Therefore we can say if the risk is high, there may, underline the word may, be a chance of good and high return. Okay, when the risk is high, the company is putting a lot of efforts and the company has a very high potential to grow, so there may be a very good return in the future. Okay, when the P ratio is low means the company is already at a very good stage. The earning, the denominator, the earning per share is high, so the P ratio is low. The company is comparatively at a better stage. The company is comparatively at a better stage. When the P ratio is low, the company is at a better stage, and in the future there must be not any more growth, because the growth has already saturated. Okay, so the risk is low and the return may be also in low. And obviously underline the word may, because the future of economics, the future of business in the world, the future of world mostly post COVID is very unpredictable. So these are the very general parameters where we can predict the future, but we cannot give any surety of the future. So this is the details of the P ratio. When the P ratio is high, the risk of the company is also high, and the company has a chance to grow. Again, when the P ratio is low, the company is at a relatively better stage of its earning and the growth is already saturated. This we can understand. So we can understand from the P ratio whether we want to invest, how much risk we want to take during the investment, and we can understand all these things from the P ratio. Thank you. The P ratio we can find out from the website which is called moneycontrol.com, and it's a very good website where we can see the balance sheet, the profit and loss of a company, the graph of the company, It is a very good website. There are other websites also. If you Google, you can find out the P ratio, and you can understand the different parameters the company can be judged or invested in. And then we come to the dividend policy. Now first tell me, what is dividend? Dividend is the excess profit which the company wants to distribute to its investors who are investing in the company as a reward, because they are trusting in the company and investing in the company. The shareholders who are the owners of the shares, because since they are investing in the company, they're buying the shares and giving money to the company. The company has its capital and it can invest and it can do business. So dividend, the profit of the company should give out to its investors. When the investors hear that the company is giving out profit, they want to buy more and more of its share, and the price of the share rises in the market. Again, when the company announces that it wants to give out dividend at the end of the financial year, then the price of the share in the market rises, because more and more investors are buying the shares of the company, since the demand is getting higher. And so the demand of the share of the particular company who is declaring dividend is getting higher, so the share price also getting higher due to the demand pull. Okay, now we can say that what if the company does not give dividend? If the company does not give dividend and retain the excess of profit, if the company does not give in dividend and retain the excess of profit, the company can finance its own future venture. The company can finance its own growth. Then the company can grow, and in the later year, the share price of the company may rise due to its growth. And by selling those shares, the investors can make a higher profit maybe than the dividend. And what if the company give up all the dividend? If the company give up all the dividend, the company do not have extra money to finance its own growth, and the company may take loan from the market. And if the company is taking loan from the market, the company has to pay interest for the loan. If the company is also incurring losses during its starting years, and if the company cannot make so much of profit during its starting years, then also the company has to pay interest. It's a mandatory financial cost against a loan. It's a mandatory cost. The company has to pay interest, and then the company is becoming more vulnerable or more risky, because the company is taking loan and giving out all the dividend which it has earned, or giving out all the profit. If the company is paying out a little dividend and retaining all the profit, and investing in the future growth of the company, then the company is at a good position, because it may not have to take a loan, and the company may not have to pay the interest. So the company is not becoming very risky. So taking interest, or giving interest and taking loan is not very good idea. So always paying out dividend is not very good idea. And sometimes the company should pay dividend, and sometimes the company should retain its profit, because the profit will help for its future growth. The cash of the company will help it for its future growth. And if the company is growing, the investors can make money out of it. Again, we should take care that what kind of dividend policy the company is following. If the company is paying out too much of dividend, then it is not very clever for the future to rely on the company, as the company is becoming very risky since it has to take a lot of loan. So like that, studying the dividend policy, we can understand the future growth, or the future vulnerability, or the future risk of a company. And again, I'm telling, these are P ratio and dividend policy are the very important parameters to judge a company, judge its future growth or recent position. And if you need any other assistance during of cost, financial management, accounts up to master's level, please message me. If you want any other topic to be as a in showcased in my YouTube channel, please do tell me, message me and tell me how you like the video. And please do like, share and subscribe. Do comment and stay tuned. I'll be coming with more video on business and strategies and stock market. Stay tuned to my channel. Thank you.